On April 28th, 2018, I adopted a dog. Her name is Nina. Nina is definitely a mutt, and she's also part chow, but besides that, we don't really know much about her. However, she does have a backstory, which I do know, and which I shall tell. But before I get into that, I think I should start at the beginning of the story, and how/why we adopted her. Many years ago, before I was born, one of my mom's friends had two mutts which had puppies. My mom's friend, who was the owner, was giving away the puppies because he couldn't take care of them all. My mom adopted one which she named Sophie. Here's a picture. Her coat was more blonde in real life. I can make a whole another video about Sophie, and I might, but basically, she was a great dog. 7 years after Sophie was born, I was born. And several years after that, my sister was born. We all loved Sophie. She was the perfect family dog. But when I was about 7, she started acting strange. She couldn't do very much, and she wasn't very mobile anymore. Now, we thought this was just from old age, but Sophie had cancer, and it killed her. Sophie died when I was about 7. For many years after that, we didn't have a dog, or any pet for that matter. Up until recently, Sophie was my first and only pet. After Sophie died, my sister had an unexplained phobia of dogs. Even small puppies would make her run and cry in terror. Now, my mom was a dog lover. She always has been. So every once in a while, she'd look at a website called Pet Finder. Not to find a pet or anything, but just to see pictures of cute dogs and read their stories. One day, I believe it was April 18th, my mom was on Pet Finder, like usual, when she saw a picture of a cute, medium-sized dog named Nina. The reason this dog stood out from the rest is because she looked exactly like Sophie, like maybe even a clone she looked like. We'd never seen a dog that looked anything like Sophie because Sophie was a mutt. She was a mix of something like, I think, 8 or 9 different breeds. But Nina looked just like her. On April 21st, my family and I were at a house for a barbecue pool party type thing, and my mom starts telling our friends, who we've known for a long time, about Nina. The father of the families whose house we were at has been friends with my dad since middle school, so we've known them for a very long time. I've known them my entire life. Anyway, my mom showed some pictures of Nina off of Pet Finder, and they were struck by the resemblance. She really loves that dog. Yeah, she's wanted a dog ever since Sophie died, but we couldn't get one because of Alyssa. My mom stepped outside to call the lady that owned the dog rescue service shelter place that found Nina. So, I live in Florida, which is home of the Everglades. You may not know this, I sure didn't, but apparently it's very common for people to abandon their pets in the Everglades. Wild and domestic. The lady said that they sent out volunteers and can easily find 15 or 16 dogs in just a few hours, any day of the week. It's crazy. Who would do that to a poor little dog? Anyway, my mom found out that the dog was still available and that she was staying with a foster family. The next day we went and we met the dog. The father of the family answered the door and my sister went right in and started petting the dog. We were all in awe. She loved it. She's never liked a dog like that ever before. When we were in the car going home, my family and I all agreed that we would adopt the dog. A few days later, my mother got a phone call. It was the dog shelter lady, and what she said was shocking. So apparently one of the foster family's small children had fallen onto the dog while she was sleeping, and for the next few days, Nina was limping. So the foster family took her to a vet just to see if she was alright. But what the vet found out was crazy. Apparently, Nina had a bullet lodged in the bone of her hind leg. Apparently someone had shot her while she was living alone in the Everglades, and somehow this small little domestic dog healed on her own. We know this because there's no stitches or anything. No one treated her at all. She just healed in the Everglades. In the wild. On her own. A week after we met her, we adopted her. It was kind of funny because at first Nina wouldn't even leave the foyer of my house. But she does now. It took her a day, but she got used to it. It's also funny because she doesn't bark very often. In fact, I didn't hear her bark until a few days after we got her. But even now, she doesn't bark very often. Another funny thing is that she likes to sleep with her head on a pillow. Like, the dog foster family gave us this flat little dog bed mat thingy with a pillow and a blanket that she likes to sleep with her head on the pillow and then cuddle with the blanket. But we also have another dog bed for her that she also sleeps on, so she could move around as she will. Also, she doesn't usually play unless 1, we just came back from a walk, or 2, we just got home. It's really funny, though, because when we come back from a walk, she'll get all excited, she'll start jumping around and jumping on you and going, and then she'll want to play fetch, and here's a little clip of that. But seriously, this dog loves my mom. She follows her around and gets super hyped when she comes home. Regardless, she loves us all, and we all love her, and really, she's the perfect dog. With Nina around, my sister's starting to get over her fear of dogs, and whenever people see her, they're always so much happier. It's kind of funny because, like, if someone comes home then from a hard day at work and they see Nina, it just makes everyone's days better. So really, 10 out of 10, I suggest getting a dog if you can afford one and if you would like to have one. Thank you all for watching this video. It took a long time to make because I want to make sure it was good quality, which is why it gets better as you watch in. Also, I had a bit of audio problems with the first half of the video not having my mic plugged in, and the second half having it on the wrong setting, so oopsies. Also, this fan art is from my old channel, which is why some of it might say Julie Forge before, but I didn't get to show it on there, so I decided to show it on here. If you'd like to send me new fan art, you can send it to me on my Instagram at JulieOfTheArts, or you could put it on your YouTube channel and just tell me in the comments of one of my videos, and I'll be sure to check it out. And did you spot the YouTuber I hit in this video? I think that's a thing that I'm going to start doing. If you did, just let me know in the comments. Lastly, I hit 50 subscribers yesterday, which is super amazing, so I'm going to do a special video soon, probably in a few days, but part of the video will include a Q&A, so if you have any questions, even if you have multiple, just leave them all in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. But for now, have a wonderful day/night. See you next time!